Okay, let's jump into it.
Okay.
Cool, we're live.
Let's do it.
Okay, Brittany.
Chris.
AKA DJ British.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll dive straight into it. I'll just start asking you rapid fire questions if you want to just answer them quickly.
Okay.
First question.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know any of these answers. What do you do? This is a serious question though. Not really. What do you do if you have to use the bathroom during one of your sets?
That's a good question.
And usually how long are those sets?
So my sets, I mean, it depends on where I'm playing, but for example, my residency, I play from 10 to 1:30 every Friday, sometimes Tuesdays. So. And
let's say you're hitting that 10 to 1:30.
Yeah, I gotta.
And you gotta pee. You gotta pee.
Gotta pee. I wear diapers. So.
Right, there you go. Perfect. That's a great solution.
I usually pick like a long track to play, so it could be like a 4-minute track, and that's enough time for me to run upstairs. But the thing is, like, the girls' bathroom is always long.
Bet they don't have like something for like a DJ.
No employee bathroom.
What?
Yeah, so
or at least like, yo, like, let me skip. I'm the DJ.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like intoxicated girls in line. So when I go up and I'm like, I'm playing right now, can I please go in front? They don't believe me.
They're not having it. They're not having it.
Yeah, it's because like where I play is super hidden too, so no one can really see the DJ.
It is.
So when I go there, they don't believe that I'm the DJ. They're like, they like ask for proof and stuff like that, and I'm like, I just really need to pee. Just please let me go so I can continue playing music for you guys.
Right. That's hilarious.
So that's what I do.
So the solution is just
a long track,
diapers.
And I sprint upstairs if I'm not wearing a diaper.
Adult diapers.
If I forget my adult diaper.
Right.
Which often happens.
Right.
You know, it's like.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Keys, adult diaper. You know,
wallet, keys, phone, diapers.
It's on the list.
Okay. So can I call you DJ Brit, or should I just call you just DJ British or
whatever you want?
Okay. So
a lot of people call me British, like
British.
Now.
I know, yeah. I feel like I'm tending to want to say that now, and I'm not sure if you're like, do you want your friends to call you that?
It helps me decipher like which friend group is calling for me, because like my high school friends don't say British, they say Brittany. But then the people I met since I've been DJing call me British. So it's like when I hear British, I know it's coming from like a specific group of people.
Somebody fairly new.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I feel like I've known you for a long time, and I still feel like I want to say like DJ,
you can if
DJ
you
British.
Want to.
I'll call you Brittany. I'm just gonna call you Brittany.
Okay, for sure.
Okay, so Brittany, who are you? Where are you from? What was like your childhood like?
Who am I? That's such a deep question.
Just like, you know, you don't need to go into like crazy detail, but just who are you? Like, where'd you grow up? These are actually things I don't even really know about you. But like, where'd you grow up? What was your childhood like? What kind of kid were you? Were you a good kid? You know.
Whoa, diving deep. Okay. I grew up in Redondo. I was born and raised. I still live in the apartment that I was born in.
Really?
So I've never really moved except for when I went to college, and I lived in San Francisco for like 4.5 years. Came back to the apartment. My mom moved out, so now it's just me and my brother in that same apartment.
Dang.
Yeah. So it's in South Redondo, and as a child, I was an angel. And no, I seriously was a good kid. My mom said I was like always very nice. I was always like
not getting into trouble.
Not really up until high school.
Right.
But besides that, and I didn't even really get into that much trouble. But anyway.
No, from what I remember, I've known.
I just did like what high school kids did. You know,
nothing out of the
lie
ordinary.
to your parents here and there. Say you're spending the night at Lydia's. You're really spending the night at
Becky's.
Or boys.
Or boys. Right.
But I was always like really like if I wanted something, I would make sure like I would get it, and I would find a way to do it. I was always very like tenacious and like.
Where do you think that came from? Like that had to come from something.
Probably
like,
my mom. My mom's a really hard worker. Like she is, but she does like what she's supposed to do. Whereas like for instance for me, like
It's out of the box.
It's kind of out of the box, yeah.
Right.
I find things I want to do that are kind of odd, and like DJing is not a normal profession, but I wanted to do it, and I found like passion in that. So I decided to like, am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah. You can do whatever you want.
I decided to like, beep. No, just like
go for
not
it.
give a fuck about what people thought and just do what I wanted to do. So I feel like I was always like that as a kid. Like I wanted to be a professional soccer player.
Yeah.
So I played soccer my whole life up until I realized that maybe that's not what I want to do.
Pretty effing hard.
Yeah, it's like really tough to do, and I just found my like heart going in a different direction towards music actually. So
was there something like that your mom or like people had kind of like structured for you that they expected you, like college, they wanted you to graduate and have like a steady, you know, like technology, like information technology job, or like I don't know, like whatever you what did you study in college?
Communications and holistic health.
So would you could probably go into like, I don't know, some type of like communications company, or what exactly could you do with communications?
You could do a lot of different things, like I mean,
broadcasting.
My last couple jobs, I worked in like startups before I decided to like fully commit to DJing and music.
Yeah.
So I was like in operations, like in customer service associate, like just working with people kind of directly, because I guess it just kind of shows that you're kind of a people person, and you know how to talk to people and like relate to different types of people and different groups of people, because we studied that a lot, like being able to like overcome adversities and like really connect with different types of people, you know, so
in
different backgrounds. Overcome
adversity, that's interesting. Like what, like do you have any, I mean, like I'm just curious, like what do you mean, like when you say overcome adversities, like as far as like communication styles, or like I don't know,
just like maybe I'm not using the right word, just like everybody goes through different things, and you have to understand that and like try to be able to relate in some type of way and like connect with people.
I see.
Am I using the right word?
No, you're making sense now. That makes perfect sense. So you basically have to find whatever
commonalities, and like you have to understand like this person may have not had this growing up, so that's why they are the way they are, and like I don't know, I just like I learned a lot about I mean, I feel like I've always kind of felt that way, but like in college we really like studied more, dove in more about that. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Another question for you. What's the
I don't even think I answered all those questions. I
totally forgot what we asked in the first place. But what's the craziest story that you have ever had as a DJ? I know there's probably like a bunch of weird things you probably see throughout like shows and stuff, but you're probably pretty focused on like the music.
I'm so focused. Like when I'm working, when I'm DJing, I am working. Like I'm focused. I'm not like paying attention to anything else, especially because I play on sticks, like USBs, where a lot of DJs play on a laptop, and it's kind of, in my opinion, a little bit easier to navigate through the music.
For sure.
So I have to scroll like for hours through my playlist.
Dang.
And so when someone comes and talks to me, or like if something's going on, I really don't have time. I have like 2 minutes or a minute to like focus on something else, because then I have to start transitioning into a different song. Yeah, and I have to find the next song.
Right.
So
technical difficulties.
With that we did.
We did. But we left off on, what was your favorite festival to play at? Is that it? That's craziest story. Craziest story. Craziest story. Okay, so craziest story. I think we covered that one.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
So we'll go straight into dream festival. Like, what's the dream?
I would say probably EDC.
EDC.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. What about EDC?
Well, I've only been there once, but when I went there, it was like very like magical, and everything was so well put together, and the vibes were just amazing. All the DJs, I mean, their lineup is just insane every year. And ever since I was a kid, well, not a kid, but like in high school, I always like wanted to go to EDC.
And you just went the first time last year?
Last year, yeah.
I remember even like when we were younger, and probably like middle school, I remember like hearing about people would go to EDC and I'd be like,
well, at first
whoa.
I was scared.
It was in LA at one point.
It was.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. Because my brother actually went in high school, I think, and then I was like terrified for him. But then, like my senior year, I got more into like electronic music, and
of high school.
Of high school.
Right.
Yeah. And then that's where I like saw the lineup of EDC, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I
like all those people. Yeah.
I like all those people. And EDC just really like blew up after that for sure. And it's like one of the biggest festivals in the world. It's one of the most known festivals.
I think it's one of the probably the biggest because people fly from all over the world.
I know like Tomorrowland's pretty big too, but
that's in Germany, right?
I think it's in Germany, yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say EDC, and then
so the dream is to be playing at EDC.
Yeah.
Or one of the other festivals.
Yeah. Lightning in a Bottle would be super cool. If I end up making any type of Dirty Bird type music, Dirty Bird would be cool.
I've never even heard of that.
Really?
No.
Like,
is that kind of like Burning Man?
Not really. It's more like
Dirty Bird.
Do you ever heard of Dirty Bird Campout? Have you seen the logo with like the egg on it that's cracked?
Maybe.
It's just like...
If I saw it, maybe.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's just more like funny, groovy,
more like lighthearted kind of music?
Yeah, kind of.
Interesting.
A little bit.
So like,
I don't know.
if you're on the stage at one of those festivals, is that like the moment you like look at yourself and you're like, okay, like Brittany, you did it?
I will probably look at myself and be like, oh my God, I've been waiting for this moment. And then once I'm off, I'm like, all right, what's the next thing?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I know for sure like that I will take it in and I'll make sure to try to soak it in.
Yeah.
Once I'm there.
Enjoy the moment.
But I know that like I still will need to keep going.
Yeah.
Because I won't want that to be my last.
Right. Of course. Yeah, and there's always probably a bigger stage to get on. You know,
there's
the
always
next
other artists coming up and
that are trying to take your spot.
Yeah.
Younger, you know, like. But at the end of the day, if you look at some of these bigger, older DJ, like they're like some of them are actually fairly old. Not really, I wouldn't say like old, but like 40s.
Yeah, yeah, they're older.
I think what's the oldest one, like Diplo? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, Diplo's pretty young. I would say.
There's one that I'm trying to think of that is definitely a little older.
Oh. Like something Van Burn.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few out there that are pretty old, but I don't like to think of DJing as like
an age.
But I was going more on the lines of like a competition. Like I wouldn't want to be like, oh, this person might take my spot.
No,
because, like,
that's true.
I do appreciate like all different types of music and whatnot, but like.
And your style.
Yeah.
Your style fits certain people.
Totally.
So like you could tailor directly. Nobody could be taking your spot because it's impossible to take your spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, unless they're like just straight up copying your music. Then I guess that's. What DJ would you say like your style is like most similar to?
Probably Anna Luno.
Who?
This girl named Anna Luno.
I've never heard.
Shout out! I love her. I love you, Anna Luno.
If
she's so dope.
I feel like she might see this.
I hope so. She's really cool, and I like her music a lot. I went to see her at Crossed, the last Cross. It's funny, Crossed is this weekend actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Where is that?
People are like on their way right now. It's in. You never heard of Crossed? It's in San Diego with the snakes and it's like CRSSD. No. It's a good one.
No,
it was really fun, and Anna Luno's set was like one of my favorites. And I think I like embody her style a lot. So I've been told as well.
Right.
But who else? I really like John Summit right now too. I like his style, and I think I'm starting to play more of his style as well.
John Summit. Shout out John Summit.
Shout out John Summit.
Brittany, I want to take it a little bit more into the business. I know we've talked already about this in the past, but so like the business, you know, strategies and like trajectory of making your way up the ranks in the DJ game. I know it's probably different for like every DJ. Some DJs like did one hit wonders. Some some just grinded in the trenches until they made it to the top. What do you think is the best way, or like what does that like ladder look like getting up to the top?
So it kind of just all depends. on the person and what they want. Like, for example, a DJ might just want to DJ and not produce, so their goal is a bit different than, for example, my goal, because I want to produce and I want to travel and like share music with the world and like just have, I don't want to just play someone else's music my whole life and just like have a gig at like a certain residency like spot like I am right now. Like, that's not my goal. My end game is to travel and to play music all around the world, play at EDC, like play at Lib, just like expand my music. So would you say you're going to be there in the next, like, do you feel like you're going to be there pretty soon? It depends on how much I grind with music production, honestly. I think lately I've been focusing a lot more on DJing than music production, which I probably shouldn't do, because I think music production is obviously more important, because once I get my song, to distinguish myself, to find my sound, like my own unique sound. And a lot of places want you to produce if they're gonna like put you on at their venue, or like as an opener you have to kind of have your own music, which I understand and I totally get. I just need to grind on that more. Yeah, for sure. So I would say the steps, you definitely need to like start with networking and like talking to people, finding a mentor, asking them how they got to where they got, or like finding someone who knows how to make music that can help you, or going like seeking out a school, seeking out things online. Like it's so like accessible to learn nowadays. You could just go on YouTube, just finding ways to educate yourself, because if you try to do it all by yourself, which is like great, like kudos to you, but it's just going to take a lot longer, and like time is money. For sure. Yeah. Is that the advice you'd give to someone that's just like has like the itch and is like, I want to start tomorrow, like should I just start making music? Or I really want this answer for like this person, or like those people out there that like might want to just start tomorrow, or like on the edge, like about something to push them over. If there's anything in your mind that's telling you that you want to do it, I would definitely try to seek it out. Don't ignore that. Don't be like, I shouldn't do that because that's not going to make me a lot of money, or that's not what my mom or dad wants. That like just try to ignore that and just follow your heart and follow your dreams, because that ultimately will make you happy, and you at least need to try. Right. So I would say, if you have that initial thought in your head, follow it and educate yourself. Do research on how to get where you want to be, or like talk to people, like I said. Be the best at, if you're going to go into it, try to be the best version of it that you can. You have to aim high. Right. Because I like to put it this way. If you aim really high, like too high for yourself, if you come short, you're still going to be somewhat high. Right. Right? Whereas if you do small goals, small goals that like are like, I think I could just do this because I don't think I can do this. Well, it's going to take you a lot longer to get to up here if you're going to limit yourself like that. Yeah, setting those massive goals, or like you shoot for the stars. They have to be obviously somewhat realistic, but like, that's true. Don't cut yourself short. Have you heard of the book called 10X by Grant Cardone? Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's actually, I mean, I don't know how you feel about it. 10X your life. Yeah, 10X everything. Yeah, like everything you have in mind of like goals. It's true though. Yeah, it's true. To an extent. I mean, I used to listen to his podcast a lot, to be honest. He's very like, he'll get you going for sure. Like the energy is there. But he's an interesting character. But I do agree. I do agree with that concept. Like 10X every aspect of your life, because if you're half-assing like a lot of things in your life, it'll rub off into the other things that you're doing. Like I just notice when I'm going to the gym, I'm more motivated to work on music. When I'm working on music, I'm more motivated to, I don't know, I'm just happy. Yeah. You know, it just like rubs off on everything else. Like I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's just like giving me more energy and more life. Right. And happiness at the end of the day is really the goal, whether it's to make a lot of money or just to be a teacher or to be, you know, whatever like you want to do. A DJ and like either make
if your goal is to be a DJ and just be, you know, like you said, playing at like those residency or like those smaller shows and just do that and be comfortable making 100,000, or be a DJ that's playing at a large festival and making $2.5 million. You know, like it's whatever at the end of the day is your goal, and like as long as you're happy, that's the end goal.
Everybody's goal is different,
right?
Even if they have the same profession. So.
Sure. Brittany, do you have a quote that you potentially live by, or like that you can think of that we could, you know, that's how we title the show. So, do you have like a quote that like you can think of right off the top of your head that you might want to?
I would say one good one. Send it.
Send it. Right, and that's what you got to do. You got to send it.
Yeah.
If you're going to go into the music industry.
Just do it. Just fucking do it. Like,
right.
Do what makes you happy. And if you find that there's something about you, you have something different than most people, and you need to embrace that, and you need to follow that, like, whatever it is inside you.
That itch.
Or
the fire.
The fire, yeah, just like listen to it and follow it and try. Don't not try. Like, send it, and you don't want to be looking back like 50 years later saying what if. Like, no what ifs. Just at least try, because you never know.
Hell yeah. I love it. Thank you, Brittany.
You're welcome,
I appreciate
Chris.
it. Thanks for coming out here. I'll see you at the top of the DJ game very soon.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe it, honestly. Like, I don't just say that lightly. Like, I genuinely believe I will see you, like, on stage at some festival one day, and I'm going to be like, hell yeah. I interviewed her before, like, it all took off. That's going to be me.
Are you going to sell this footage?
I'm going to sell this. That's why I'm doing this.